Hello and welcome to another instructional video. In this video, we're going to be getting started with Nearpod. So in the process of me modeling the creation of a Nearpod presentation, I'm going to try to hit the following objectives. We're going to add slides, add a video, add a quiz, add a matching pairs activity, add a draw it activity, and add a collaborate activity. Now, a little bit about Nearpod. Nearpod, I think of it as kind of similar to a PowerPoint or a Google Slides application, where we are creating individual slides for students to go through. But the big difference is that there's built-in interactivity. So you're going to see that with our matching pairs, how we can add some game elements into a presentation. And additionally, it's intended that you create these lessons, some of them to be used as a self-paced lesson. So hopefully you've already tried out the Nearpod that I shared in class as a student, and now I'm going to show you how we create those. So the one that I had you share as a student was the honeybees one, and we're going to create a new Nearpod lesson. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to this create your own Nearpod lesson in Nearpod. You'll notice that my homepage might look a little different because I am the admin for this account. So you probably won't see some of these buttons up here, but you should see my library. Once you're in your library and you're logged into Nearpod, you'll click on create your own lesson in Nearpod. This opens up an untitled blank lesson. So right off the bat, I want to change that. So I just clicked on the settings button, and I'm going to call this plant. I'm going to call this parts of a plant lesson. Now, in order to save this, we do need to tell it what grade it's intended for and what subject. Okay, won't let us save it unless we do that. Okay, so now, as you can see, I have a name for my lesson, parts of a plant. We're going to go ahead and add a slide. You'll notice there are some different options here. We're going to start out with add content. And this is going to be our title slide. So you see I have this slide button right here. Now here's our main slide, and I can go ahead and I can choose from the right side these various themes. And this will apply a theme to my whole presentation. I'm going to go with this one. I always like choosing a dark background with light text. It makes the document more accessible and readable. Okay, now the first thing is maybe we'll put a picture in here. You'll notice that I can upload files from my computer, but I want to highlight one of the things that makes creating a Nearpod lesson really quick is that we can, from right in the application, I can search for images. So let's say I want an image here. And I can quickly do a Google search within Nearpod. So I'm going to say plant. Let's go with, I like this one, geometric pattern on that. And I'm going to give this a title, parts of a plant. Okay. Now this is, and I can also adjust the size of my picture. I can use this to zoom that out a little bit. Let's say I want to, you'll notice that I have one box up here. This is a title bar, and Nearpod calls this one element. I can choose layouts at the bottom. So I can go with one element, a title and one element, which I have. Maybe let's do a title and two elements. And let's get another plant picture. Or maybe this time I want to get a flower, actually. I'm going to type flower. Okay, this one right here, and maybe I want to even zoom these in. Okay, and now I have my first slide. Now it's important that after we edit the slide, we always hit this button at the bottom called Save and Exit, and that just means that you're saving and exiting the current slide. And is it okay to change the lesson theme? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say don't show me this again. I'm going to click save. Okay. So now we have the first slide in our lesson. And it does take a moment. If I want to see what that's going to look like for a student, I can preview that with this button at the bottom, preview. And this is what it will look like in the student screen. And so currently we just have a title screen. Okay, I'm going to go up here to the upper right and hit close on that. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to get a video in here. So I'm going to click Add Slide. And I'm going to actually add the video, but I'm not just going to have them watch a video. I want to give them a prompt so that they have to answer a question about the video. So let's see. I am going to add activity. And I'm going to say open-ended question. And before I put my question in, let's get our video. So you'll notice over here there's a reference. So I'm going to add a reference, and I want to add web content. Actually, let's go back. Let's just go to add video, and I can search on YouTube. So I'm going to do parts of a plant. Okay. I'm going to go with Dr. Binox. I've watched some of these videos before. You would want to preview this video and play the whole thing. I can click on it and preview it right here. I know this is a safe video, so I'm going to put it in there. But just know that you would never want to put a video that you had not watched completely to make sure that it is appropriate for your students. So my questions here are, let's see, after watching the video, what was one new thing that you learned about the parts of a plant? Okay, so there's my slide, and once again, and I could add a timer. I'm not going to add a timer to this, meaning that they have a certain amount of time to complete this slide. Instead, I'm going to go right here and I'm going to click Save. Okay, so now you'll see I have 2 slides. So far now we've met 2 of our objectives: add slides, add a video. The next thing we want to do is add a quiz. So I'm going to go under Activities, Add Activity, and you'll see here's a quiz. Okay, and I'm going to say, what part of the plant makes sugar? Okay, I'm going to get some options in here. So we're going to do flowers, leaves. Click this button to add an answer. Roots and seeds. Okay. Now, one little trick. I can create a duplicate of this question if I'm going to use these answers again. So I am going to do that now, but I do have to indicate which is the correct answer. So leaves, that is the part of the plant that makes the sugar through photosynthesis. And now I just click that duplicate. Now I have another one, and I can say, what part of the plant let's see, what part of the plant soaks up water and nutrients? Okay, there's my second question. I'm going to go ahead and go with the roots. You'll notice we can have multiple answers, so I have to uncheck leaves. Okay, I'm going to add one more question. Oh, actually, let's delete that. I'm going to just copy this question because I'm going to go with the same format. And let's say, what part of the plant makes seeds? And we're going to go with flowers. Okay. Now that's just a brief quiz, but then every time I'm creating a quiz, I'm always going to make sure that I click Save at the bottom, and this goes for any kind of slide. Okay. So now I have 3 slides. I have my title slide, my open-ended question where they watch a video about the parts of a plant, a quiz, and then maybe let's let's add our matching pairs set. So we're going to add a slide, and this is going to be an activity, and this is matching pairs. Now this is going to be a little redundant with the questions that we just had in the quiz. So pedagogically, this might not be the best design, but right now I'm just trying to model all of the procedures in using this app. So let's add a pair. I'm going to add an image, so I'm going to go with flower, and let's go with that one. Okay, and then this I'm going to enter text. So I'm going to say this part of the plant makes seeds. Okay, I'm going to zoom this picture a little bit. Let's see. Let's have that take up, and then we can, I'm just dragging it so it kind of fills the screen there. Okay, so this part of the plant makes seeds. I'm going to add another part. So let's look for some roots. I think that looks pretty good. And we'll zoom that also. I'm just going to scroll that. Really emphasize the root part here, not picking up too much of the stem. Okay. This part of the plant soaks up water and nutrients. Okay. Click add another pair. And this will be my last one for demonstration purposes, but you could add others. And let's go with, I made a mistake, so I just have to hit that little trash can. So I want to add, in this one, I want to put a leaf. That looks like a nice leaf. Don't need to zoom that one. This part of the plant makes sugar. Okay, and done. Okay, once again, I'm clicking at the bottom here, save. Okay, so now let's see, we have our title, our open-ended question with a video, we have a quiz, matching pairs,